Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues 5 royal decrees. The Council of Ministers congratulates Omani women on their day and greets all mothers exerting tireless efforts caring for their children to continue the development march. The Sultanate advances 14 positions in 2018 competitiveness report. And the Ministry of Manpower reviews the development strategy of technology colleges in the Sultanate. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has issued 5 royal decrees. Royal Decree number 22/2018 on amending competition protection and anti-monopoly law. Article 1, the word authority shall be replaced wherever stated in the aforementioned law with the word center. The definition of authority mentioned in Article 1 of this law shall be replaced with the following definition: the center, competitions protection and anti-monopoly center. Article 2 cancels all that contradicts with this decree or contravenes with its provisions. Article 3, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force from the following day of its date of issue. Royal Decree number 23/2018 on amending some provisions of the Royal Decree number 35/2012 on the issue of the system of the Public Authority for Investment Promotion and Exports Development. Article 1, the attached amendments shall be made to Royal Decree number 35/2012 on the issue of the system of the Public Authority for Investments Promotion and Exports Development. Article 2 cancels all that contradicts with the attached amendments or contravenes with its provisions. Article 3, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force from the following day of its date of issue. Royal Decree number 24/2018 on appointing advisor at the Foreign Ministry. Article 1 appoints Dr. Salim bin Nasser al-Ismaili as an advisor at the Foreign Ministry with his name, grade and financial allocations. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force from the date of issue. Royal Decree number 25/2018 and on appointing chairman of the Board of Directors for Public Authority for Investments Promotion and Exports Development. Article 1 appoints Yahya bin Saeed bin Abdullah al-Jabri as chairman of the Board of Directors for Public Authority for Investments Promotion and Exports Development. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and come into force from the date of issue. Royal Decree number 26/2018 on establishing Oman Commercial Arbitration Center. Article 1, as per this decree, a specialized center shall be established under the name Oman Commercial Arbitration Center, affiliated to Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and shall enjoy the juristic personality and financial and administrative independence. Article 2 states that chairman of the Board of Directors of Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry shall issue the work system of Oman Commercial Arbitration Center. Article 3 cancels all that contradicts with this decree or contravenes with its provisions. Article 4, this decree shall be published in the official and shall come into force from the date of its issue. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cabal of greetings to His Excellency President Dr. Ilham Haydar Aliyev of the Republic of Azerbaijan on his country's independence anniversary. The Council of Ministers issued a statement on the Sultanate celebrations of Omani Women Day. In the statement, the Council said that the Sultanate's marking of Omani Women Day on the 17th of October every year came to embody its role in the comprehensive nation-building march being witnessed by the Sultanate under the leadership of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos. The Omani women proved her great capability in assuming responsibility side by side with the man in all work and production sectors, in addition to her role in representing the Sultanate in regional and international arenas. Despite playing all these roles, this does not affect her family commitment in raising promising generations. The Council of Ministers, as it congratulates Omani women on this occasion, it greets all mothers who are exerting tireless efforts for caring for their children to continue the development march being enjoyed by this country. In the governorate of Al-Wusta, the Omani Women Association celebrates Omani Women's Day today, which falls on the 17th of October every year. The celebration embodies the attention of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said given to women and translates the appreciation of His Majesty for their contribution to nation building. Omani women recorded their presence at institutions of the public and private sector to contribute their expertise and capabilities in the process of the comprehensive development witnessed in the Sultanate. The celebrations included a number of singing arts famous in the governorate of Al-Wusta, in addition to Omani Bedouin fashion show. The Sultanate advanced 14 positions in the competitiveness report of 2018 to reach the 47th place globally. The analysis by the National Competitiveness Office clarified that the Sultanate topped a number of indices as it came first in the Arab world in terms of combating terrorism. Meanwhile, it also came first on the Arab level and eighth on the global level in terms of road quality. The Sultanate is also considered on top of the list among the Arab countries in the index of police services. On the vocational training quality index, it was second and 14th globally in the index of critical thinking in teaching. The Sultanate is also one of the top Arab countries in the index of judicial independence. The activities of National Exercise Ash-Shimukh 2 and As-Saif As-Sari' 3 carried out by the Sultan's armed forces and other military and security agencies in addition to the governmental institutions through a number of training fields, whether in the diplomatic, economic, operational or information operations, continue to achieve the target objectives and the national goal. More details in the following report by Lieutenant Nasser bin Khamis Al-Kalbani.
The events of the exercise go by multiple steps according to the stages of the general plan, which seeks to achieve the planned objectives and to achieve the national goal. The distinctive model of the Sultan's armed forces and other security and military agencies side by side with the rest of the civilian institutions work in the exercise depends on their duties. These duties were assigned to the exercise Ash-Shimukh 2 and the joint Omani-British exercise As-Saif As-Sari' 3. The diplomatic line plays an important role in the influence lines of the exercise.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has participated in the two exercises by different departments of the ministry, such as the diplomatic and political departments, in order to achieve the national targeted objectives of the exercises.
The operational line moves according to the implementation of the operational plans and in the lines of the influence. It will be developed in the next stages of the joint exercise with the British Armed Forces.
The part of As-Sari' 3 that I'm looking forward to most, I think, is the ability to work alongside our Sultan's Armed Forces friends. It's been a long-standing relationship between the British military and the Sultan's Armed Forces. It's one which is based on shared history, shared operations and particularly shared values. And we have both taken part in operations recently to counter piracy, to counter human trafficking, to take part in arms control, and in a part of the world where we all rely on stability and peace. It's a hugely important relationship and one which will be for the benefit not just of Oman but of the wider region. But I also think that the UK-Omani relationship is a partnership of equals.
We have succeeded to achieve the objectives of the first stage of the exercise. We have achieved the training objectives by harnessing all statecraft levers, of which are the military, security and civilian levers.
Synchronization of the required lines of influence operations were organized. It aims to achieve a number of training objectives which the Sultanate aims to achieve in relation to the activation of strong historical relations between the Sultanate and the United Kingdom.
There are various relations between Oman and Britain, including military cooperation, which take place within the framework of the old Omani and British relationship, according to the continually reassessed plans.
Multiple benefits from the injects of the strong Omani economy and its ability to deal with various events at the local, regional and international levels are presented in the two exercises. These injects manifested clearly in the frame of assumed events.
Our role relies on providing essential commodities and cooperating with competent authorities and the private sector to ensure the readiness of the Omani ports. We also coordinate with the other ministries to support logistics.
Dealing with the media environment has been tested in the exercise with an integrated manner. It includes dealing with the different types of media in all phases of the exercises.
A number of journalists from different civil governmental institutions as well as military and security agencies participate in these exercises. Some of them participate in the real-world media and the others simulate the media world within the exercise bubble.
The national efforts continue in an integrated system under one leadership represented by the Sultan Ahmed forces and the other military and security agencies as well as the civil institutions. These efforts manifested throughout the activities of the national exercise Al-Shumukh 2 and the joint Omani-British exercise Al-Sayf Al-Sariya 3. Lieutenant Nasser bin Khamis Al-Kalbani, Muscat.
The Royal Oman Police ROP, represented in the commands of Special Police Task Force and Coast Guard, stressed on its complete interactions with other forces and bodies participating in Shumukh 2 and Sayf Al-Sariya 3 exercises. It's worth mentioning that the Special Police Task Force is considered one of the main formations that deals with aspects related to preserving general security along with other Royal Oman Police units. The events of the national exercises included securing the Omani territorial waters and course conducted by the Command of Coast Guard Police Forces in coordination with the aerial and marine forces. The Ministry of Manpower shed light on the researches and studies of the technology education system during a workshop entitled Development of Strategic Plan for Technology Colleges 2019-2024. A number of specialists, academics and students took part in the workshop. The plan will work on diversifying the study programs and specializations in the colleges of technology so as to keep up with the global developments in the field. The workshop included presentations on the 6 joint elements represented in vision, missions, goals, objectives, values and graduate attributes. The latest weather charts of the National Multi-Hazard and Early Warning Center indicated that the Sultanate is affected by the trough of low pressure from today, 17th of October 2018 until Saturday, 20th of October 2018. Accordingly, there are chances of convective clouds developments and rain, occasionally thunder showers associated with fresh downdraft winds and hail over governorates of Musandam, Al-Bremi, Al-Dhahira, North and South Al-Batina, Ad-Dakhiliya, Muscat North and South Al-Sharqiyya. The Public Authority for Civil Aviation advises all to take utmost precautions during a rainfall and keep monitoring official weather bulletins. The Dry Dock Company in Duqm Special Economic Zone announced the making of fishing ships which were approved within the Tanfeed program to support the fisheries sector. The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth organized a workshop to attract a number of investors and fishermen in terms of development of their works in related fields. On the sidelines of the workshop, an agreement was signed in the field of fishing services, and it's expected that more than 17,000 fishermen will benefit from it. The fish production quantity during last year reached 347 tons. The statistics show the number of fishing boats are around 23,000 and 4,000 fish transport vehicles, in addition to 60 fish markets along with 24 ports. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and yet to come in our news bulletin. Crafts Entrepreneurs HIP Forum organized in the Governorate of Ad-Dakhiliya. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, received today Alexander Lavrentiev, the Russian President's special envoy for Syria, and his accompanying delegation. The meeting discussed the existing cooperation relations between the two countries in various fields and means of enhancing them to serve the joint interest of the two countries. The meeting also reviewed viewpoints on a number of regional and international issues of common concern and the latest developments in the region, particularly the condition in Syria and the Middle East. The Board of Public Authority for Radio and Television reviewed during its meeting today ongoing and future projects. It also discussed ways to enhance the revenues of the authority and dealt with a number of topics related to various work aspects. The meeting also followed up what has been implemented of the board's recommendations in its previous meeting and got acquainted through a presentation about the situations of the current and capital budget and its development budget at the end of the third quarter of 2018 and the budget plan for 2019. The Board of the Public Authority for Radio and Television expressed thanks to the employees of the authority in its various sectors for their media coverage of the tropical system Luban via the authority's radio and television channels and its electronic accounts and applications. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser al-Harrasi, Chairman of the Public Authority for Radio and Television. Aiming to familiarize the artisans in Ad-Dakhiliya Governorate with the basics of entrepreneurs HIP and promote the culture of investing in crafts industries among them, the Directorate of Handicraft Industries in the Governorate of Ad-Dakhiliya organized the Crafts Entrepreneurs HIP Forum. Our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi has more details in the following report.
A number of entrepreneurs from Ad-Dakhiliya Governorate have made their way to success in various sectors. Thus, the Crafts Entrepreneurship Forum was organized to spread the culture of entrepreneurship among artisans and provide them with effective ways to embark on successful investments in the crafts sector.
The purpose of this meeting is to talk and discuss with the craftsmen what they should take in care before they start their own business. For example, how to count their cost, what's the variable cost, what the fixed cost, how to put this in case, how to use this costs to count and put the proper price for their product.
The forum focused on familiarizing the craftsmen with ways to conduct feasibility studies and highlighting the importance of having their products copyrighted.
I improved my handicraft skills and I add new experience in this area. Also, I learned many skills like soldering, polishing, and clear code techniques. Also, in addition, I learned how to be patient, time management skills, and problem-solving skills.
We have benefit from this program a lot, like how to make product and the design color coordination and the making various product from new materials.
The event also included honoring around 57 trainees who went through 4 major training programs: silverware, pottery, textiles, and date palm fronds. This forum endeavors to foster entrepreneurship among the craftsmen in Ad-Dakhiliya Governorate in order to contribute to preserving the Omani handicrafts. From the Wilaya of Nizwa, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Ad-Dakhiliya Governorate.
With the aim of finalizing the authorship guidelines, the National Bioethics Committee is due to conduct a workshop this coming Sunday, 21st of October at Sultan Qaboos University. This workshop will focus on ethics in research and publication, specifically in bio-issues. The document prepared by National Bioethics Committee is meant to lead the discussions of the workshop that comprises of several general and specifically to bio-issues ethical principles related to publications resulted from research and authorship. To learn more on that, we have with us here in the studio Ahmed bin Sumait al-Badawi al-Jamal al-Layl, who is actually a Secretary General of the, I think we have to get the right name here. He's the chairman of the Intergovernmental Bioethics Committee at the UNESCO and Secretary General of the Oman National Bioethics Committee. Mr. Ahmed, welcome to the studio here. And what would you like to tell us about this upcoming workshop and its importance? If you can tell us about the objectives and its importance at the same time.
The objective of the objective of this symposium or panel discussion is to enlighten the academicians and the students. First of all, we are coming with a draft zero on the guidelines, whereby after the panel discussions, hoping that it will be a national document to guide the students and the academicians and to know the rights of the students, postgraduate students, and the supervisors. And this is a document which on ethical perspective of authorship and scientific research.
Why at this particular time this particular topic has been selected now?
No, it's not a coincidence. We have conducted about 7 activities on different issues. About, for example, prenatal screening, about traditional medicine, etc. And this is part of our ongoing exercise of the National Bioethics Committee as the advisory body to the cabinet to come up with a national document to enhance the activities of bioethics activity in the country.
Who are the audiences who are going to be present at this particular workshop?
We expect all the academicians from Sultan Qaboos University, private colleges and universities, plus students, postgraduate students, and students, because this is the issue whereby as a student and as a professor, as a postgraduate student, they all have to learn. And we all have to educate ourselves to enlighten of what is of the shortcomings on these issues, ethical in research and publication.
One would actually question that and say, well, all this particular time, what do students usually to do, and post and graduate students actually? Were there any guidelines at that particular time?
There are, in a way, guidelines. But we are hoping to come up with a national document, guidelines, to compass all the colleges and universities as a zero draft guidelines, so that it becomes, as we are National Bioethics Committee, is an advisory body to the cabinet. With these guidelines, a draft document, hoping that it will be enlightening more academically on the rights of the professors and students, lecturers, students, supervisors,
and all of them. Right, we wish you all the best with the upcoming workshop, and we know the importance of this particular workshop. We do hope all the concerned people will be present at the workshop. Thank you once again.
And thank you very much for welcoming me.
Thank you. That was Ahmed al-Badawi, our Vice Chairperson, Intergovernmental Bioethics and UNESCO Committee and Secretary of Oman National Bioethics Committee. HSBC celebrated at Al Bustan Palace Hotel the 70th anniversary, recalling a massive progress in its banking activities and enhancing the relationship between the bank and the community. The event, which was presided over by His Highness Sayyid Shabib bin Tariq Al Saeed and focused on the role of the bank to support the environment and the society. More details are with Saif bin Khalfan Al-Kindi in the following report.
The 70th anniversary of HSBC showcases the succession of achievements that have been marked by both HSBC Bank and by the Sultanate in the last 70 years. Human resources and training was the concern of the bank. Gerard Cooper, Coles, chairman of HSBC Bank, pointed out.
We're making real progress. Our Omanization rate across the bank is over 93%, and it's climbing. We'll have a board meeting tomorrow, and the company secretary for the first time will be an Omani woman. So we see the progress. And across the senior management of the bank, the Omanization rate is now over 70%.
The success starts since the bank opened its first branch as the British Bank of the Middle East in Muscat in 1948 to help finance a dynamic emerging economy. The 70th anniversary of opening the first branch in Muscat is a special milestone for all. Andrew Long, CEO of HSBC Bank, Oman, said.
We held this event for two things. One is to say thank you to the community. We do business because of our customers who hear and trust us with their money and the advice that we give them. We've got customers who've been with us for 3 generations.
As part of the event held at Al Bustan Palace Hotel, the customer event includes several activities such as launching a book and presenting mementos to the chief guest. Pankaj Kimji, director of Kimji Ramdas, one of the clients in HSBC, talked about the good relation between the bank and the clients. He said,
our stakeholder, in many ways, somebody who's held a hand through the times of up and down in Oman as well. We remember them as the BBME bank. I remember it personally. I remember most of the general managers who've been here since my time. I don't believe that I'm that old, but I don't think that HSBC is that old as well.
Entertainment and abroad folklore dance has been presented during the function, as well as the local Omani music. Together We Thrive was the main theme of this celebration. In this event, several activities and several mementos have been exchanged between the administrative board and the clients of the bank. Saif Al-Kindi for English News, Muscat.
Thank you, Al-Kindi. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues 5 royal decrees. The Council of Ministers congratulates Omani women on their day and greets all mothers exerting tireless efforts caring for children to continue their development march. The Sultanate advances 14 positions in 2018 competitiveness report. And the Minister of Manpower reviews the development strategy of technology colleges in the Sultanate of Oman. With that, we do thank you for joining us, wish you a pleasant evening, and we conclude this news bulletin. Good night.